last hour is bringing some weakness in the market, and we traveled most of the overnight range within last two periods, and it is a little bit worrying for me because this area around 38.58 is key for this uptrend to hold. We are now balancing around over yesterday's lows, which was an inside day, so breaking out of this balance can bring next move, and even for the 50 points range we might see additional 50 points in either direction. If we look at the bigger picture, we couldn't get above this high volume node, and here is low volume node that we are rejecting once again, and if we are to find acceptance here, we will be building value lower. Not sure if we will reject those lower prices, or if we will build today some balance here below 38, 60, 50 area. Next high volume node is around 30, and here is virgin point of control, so this is next area I'd be interested on the downside if we stop or bounce here. And to the upside, if we get above overnight highs, then we are ready to make another leg higher with some resistance at Monday's highs. But for now, this is the less likely scenario because we are going to gap down, and probably negative scenario will materialize. Looking at implied volatility from Friday and from yesterday, we aren't that far from yesterday's close, so those areas are not endangered. We still have some room left to go to the upside. 39.30 is going to be hard to break this week, but as I mentioned earlier, it's not on the cards right now. And to the downside, here's nothing that interesting, because on Friday, Wednesday's range was down to 3700. Yesterday reading, I'm not sure if that matters that much, 3840 area, and it depends how we are going to open. We will have another 30 or so points. Here is first standard deviation and second standard deviation of 20-day moving average or Bollinger Bands. Not sure if we are going to bounce from those levels or not, but I have them on one of my charts. And going strictly into scenarios for today, most probable scenario is that we are going to trade lower today, so I like to enter shorts. If we make an early rally that, for example, retests settle, and then we get once again below yesterday's lows, I'd like to enter shorts, either on a small pullback or maybe right away to trade lower and get to this high volume node and virgin point of control. Alternatively, not sure if I can fade any move higher if we start trading higher. Here is an area that we couldn't break in L and M period, which is also halfway back, but it's in the middle, so not sure I will lean on shorts here. Maybe as a rejection from overnight this upper distribution and the breakdown level. If we fail below here, maybe on a pullback I could enter shorts, but I'm not sure about that. So those are my two short scenarios for today, and if we make an early attempt lower, then firmly get rejected from either 50 or value area high or whatever. But if the distance below yesterday's low, below today's low, isn't that much, so within 10 points or so, and we quickly come back to this range, to overnight range, I'd like to enter longs on small pullbacks, targeting first test of this yesterday's low, and then I'd like to traverse those references along the way up, because at this point we will have failed to look below. If not sure about possible moves higher, but for now it doesn't look like we can get other scenarios that likely. If we open way lower, I'm not sure I will enter on short right away. I'd like to see a pullback, maybe to this area. I'm not sure, but to this area I would like to see a pullback and then a short. And that's pretty much it. This area is really key for the markets, and trading below we have 3700 back in play. If we can start building acceptance above, then we trade higher.